Okay, here I am again. I'm back. I cranked that volume up, so hopefully I can hear myself better. But still cranking away. Still hoping to come up with something to say on consciousness. I do think my real only motivation to say this is for my children and grandchildren. Doesn't seem to be anybody else that's interested. Seems to me like all you do is make enemies when you talk about the truth. That's all that ever happens. Been doing it for a long time now. Never made a friend. Well, one or two. But it's like, I don't know. People don't want to come up to the light. That's all there is to it. They just don't want to come up to the light. They're happy living in their worlds of fantasy. Worlds where their life is falling apart and they like to believe there's nothing they can do about it. So that's what we all seem to be stuck with. Just jumped off a tree trunk. Old buddy John threw down there. Once again, thanks to the state. Won't give them the time to do any better. They tax the life out of all of us. It's so beautiful up here. Still gotta work on trying to... What I would like is to be able to walk around here. Not have my face so much in the frame. For folks to be able to see back behind me and beauties of nature up there I'm walking through. Heading back down the hill. I've been watching some of these other guys on YouTube do this. They make some pretty good videos. They talk about some pretty deep subjects. Those guys always talking about politics. And there's no answers in politics. Politics is always just a pathetic band-aid on cancer at best. Politics is pounding sand. That's all it is. Does seem to work a little better when I hold my arm out further, but how long am I going to be able to hold my arm out here? Look at this big tree. I don't know if you can see it behind me. That one's been up. Dead for a long time. Still heading back down the hill. Practical processes for using the light of your consciousness. That's what it's going to be all about. As I see it, the system has lied to us and lied to us and lied to us. Starting with the religions. The religions are the great whore that the ancients warned us about. say it's a great whore? Because what does a whore do? A whore uses people's own nature against them. People have a nature within themselves to want to understand life, to want to know what the heck's going on here. And so they stand up there proclaiming they know it all and they understand everything and they can help us and lead us along the way, and all they do is weaken us, take us away from ourselves. We wind up understanding less. Put themselves up as this go-between. They claim they're a go-between between God and ourselves. We can't get to any kind of a God without them. I don't see it that way at all. What I see is what the Greeks said. The ancient Greeks. They said, "Know ye not that ye are gods?" The Greeks told us that many times and in many ways. These modern day religions have separated us from ourselves so badly. I don't know. It's not even easy explaining the carnage, the destruction, the horror you see in people's lives. People are so destroyed they just can't believe what has happened to themselves. And then you got a pathetic wretch like, what's her name there? Brad Pitt's wife. This lady actually cut her own breasts. Had doctors cut her breasts off so that she wouldn't get cancer. They think she did something sane and rational. I see curing cancer by coming up to light, bringing the light of consciousness into the hypnagogic state. It's that easy. But it's also impossibly hard for people to do. Jolie, that's her name. Yeah, it's Jolie, whatever her name is there. Alright, let's take a look over at the garden again. "18 minutes into this, I think I'm going to sign off and see how the volume's doing and see if I can make my face be a little bit smaller in the frame."